Olive Tree Church, friends and family, it is good to spend time with you again. Welcome to another Tuesday night stream. But tonight's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be really short because we're going to give you a bunch of homework to do. And the reason we're doing that is we are changing tack for the next 6 weeks. We aren't going to be discussing Sunday's material specifically, but we are going to be working through some set material. And we are so excited as a church to bring all our life groups on a journey going through Andy Stanley's material of 5 things that God uses to grow your faith. And so relevant nowadays because as we've gone through lockdown and we've gone through corona epidemic and all sorts of things and all the different complications that happen along with that, sometimes our faith gets a little bit rocked. And it's really important that we go on as a journey, as a community, encouraging each other to realize that God still wants to grow our faith, that He is still about us, that He still wants to pursue our hearts, He still wants to draw us in, and He still wants us to trust Him. And so over the next 6 weeks, we're going to be looking at this material. Tonight is the opener. To get hold of this material, you just need to click on the link below the feed. So not on the screen, it's not coming up on the screen, but below that, if you just scroll down, the link is there. Our questions are there as well for life groups. But if you're doing this individually, I think you're going to benefit from this as well. So don't be scared. Click on that link, have a look at that material, and then you can run through the questions yourself at home. And if you're feeling brave enough, pull in 1 or 2 friends to discuss it. But we're going to get started with that. And so have a look at the link. And then I'm going to quickly give you the questions now and discuss those very briefly for you to discuss tonight. The first session is largely an intro session. We're looking at big faith. What does it look like to have big faith? Why does God want us to have big faith? And so these are the questions you're going to be discussing. Once you've watched that video feed, the first one you're going to discuss is, what do you think about the fact that God wants a deep relationship with us, but not just deep relationship, He wants a deep relationship of trust with you as an individual. What does that mean for you? And He wants us to be fully confident in Him. And how does that make you feel? As you hear that God wants a deep relationship of trust, where He wants your confidence. He wants you to be able to wake up in the morning and be fully confident in Him and for that day. How does that make you feel? Question number 2 is, how would life change for you if you had big faith? What would that look like? What things do you think would be different in your life if you were able to have big faith in God? And then on the third question, what we want to look at is in this opener, Andy Stanley opens up 5 main areas that God uses. They're not the only 5, but the 5 big areas we're going to be tackling over the next few weeks is practical teaching, providential relationships, private disciplines, personal ministry, and pivotal circumstances. And so the question is this: as you look back at your own life, if you have been a believer or if you've been a Jesus follower for quite a while, have a look back, and which of the 5 areas that he mentioned can you identify with? Can you look at and say, I can see now how God used that thing to grow my faith? And if you are brand new on the journey, or if you're still kind of exploring, you can even answer the question going, I think God's used this one even now to get me to where I'm at. And so that would be really great. If you guys can share some stories around that, that would be good. And then finally, the last question to discuss is, in what areas of your life would you like to trust God more? And so as you discuss that, maybe that's a little bit of a tough one for you to think about. And so you could ask this question as well, which is the same thing, but what areas of my life would I like to experience less anxiety and less stress and less worry? And if you can answer that, once you've done that, you can pray for each other as you start this journey, that God would increase your faith. All right, I hope you enjoy this first evening, these discussions, and we will catch up with you shortly. Thank you.